afternoon. I'm delighted to visit São Paulo. I enjoy the hospitality of the Paulistas. Today we'll talk about right moves. And this talk today will include, as you can guess, very different areas. Because we have to make right moves everywhere. In business, we have to see the future. In football, and also we have to make right decisions while exploring the world. And I'll try to cover as much ground as I can. There were no special secrets in my success. I didn't have a list of easy tips to share, because all success is based on a combination of simple things. Talent requires hard work. Calculation requires evaluation. And of course, good strategy requires good tactics to succeed. And I had to reveal a number of myths about me, because people believe that I spoke 10 languages, I had a photographic memory, and I ate a special brain food. Unfortunately, I do not speak so many languages. As for my memory, it's probably better than average. But my wife... But I did write a book. Of course, not that book. That's the book, original title is How Life Imitates Chess. So, Portuguese version, Jaque Mate, probably straight to the... This book is about decision making. It was a battle between my creativity and my opponents. Each move was a decision, and each decision has a motivation, a process, and a consequence. So we must look at all three of these elements to learn about our unique decision-making process. And when I submitted the book... So now let's move to the first element of a good decision-making. Strategy. People, as before, they believe that strategy is just looking into the future. This future tactics, they are not strategy. Tactics are predicated on calculations and if. So if he does that, I do this. If he captures my pawn, I will capture his knight. If our competitor raises prices, we'll increase production. But those are programmed reactions. Those are tactics. There are no goals, and strategy is all about goals. Actually, in chess, we have an interesting saying. The tactics is knowing what to do when there is something to do. While the strategy is knowing what to do when and where there is nothing to do. We could say that the first list is things we do not do anymore. When I flew to Brazil, I did not fly a Wright Brothers airplane. By the way, it was not Santos Dumont airplane. It was Boeing airplane. Could be Airbus. I did not use Vanc laptop computer. We used Toshiba computers. Rio MP3, you have iPods. And if anybody wants to find out what's happened with Alta Vista, you can Google it. So they fail to adapt to new possibilities. Or they fail to react against strong new competition. But consider which list you want to be in.
Yeah, you call me greedy, I would like to be on both. An interesting thing is, for instance, Alta Vista disappeared, Yahoo didn't. Why? Because Yahoo had already begun to diversify its business. Alta Vista did not. The Wright brothers, great inventors, but they didn't believe the plane could haul cargo. And they were laughing at the possibility of plane ever crossing the Atlantic.
Success as an innovator does not mean success in the long term. It's what I call the gravity of past success. Because we believe that if we succeeded, it means that, we are the greatest. And it's because we did something perfect. But very often, our success is a result of our opponent's mistakes. And there are very few winners and many more losers. So everybody who lost has been studying the tactics and strategy of the winners. So if we stop, if we rest on laurels, we're in a big danger of being overcrowded by the opposition. Now, the status quo, that's something we'll discuss later as well. Status quo is a dream of the winner. If we are on top, we would like to keep it as it is. But again, there are many more people who would like to change the status quo. So status quo is always dying. Relying on status quo is probably the worst mistake one can make. And don't wait until you're forced to react. Because at one point you will have to move. But do it at your schedule. Don't wait before you will be forced.
The strongest. It's not the smartest. Darwin made it very clear. The survivor and the winner winners are those who are most adaptable to change. Apple, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, Google, those are not inventions made in the corporate rooms. They came from a garage. So, because they had passion, hunger, aggression, and they were attackers. They didn't want to take something for granted. They wanted to conquer the world, and for them, definitely the sky was the limit. So people keep asking me all the time. So actually there are two questions, two opposite sides. How computers can play chess, and on the other side, how come humans can even beat computers? Oh, the truth. So the reason the top players have great difficulties in facing the computers is that we are not used in the human competition. We are not used to the same intensity and the same intact quality of the performance. One important psychological element in every human battle. Those on the losing side, they are often losing their psychological resilience to keep fighting, because it's lost already. There is some kind of a psychological downsizing. And that's why many games, whether it's in chess or other games, you could see that resistance of the losing side has been greatly reduced. Not with a machine. You can play a great game to make 39 fantastic moves, and make one mistake at move 40, and that's it. Because machine doesn't understand that it's losing, it's winning, affected by the outside factors. We are. No matter how calm we look, we always have emotions storming in our mind. absolutely nothing. It calculated billions of moves, went all over, but it didn't have a target, a clear target. Because calculation was useless. You had to apply your strategy. You had to apply strategic vision. And, as I said, intuition versus calculation. Machine uses predominantly the brute force of calculation. And even on laptop, you can have a chess engine playing with about 6 million positions per second, calculating. I wouldn't do more than 2 positions per second, at best. But we don't have to look at all these positions. We have our strategic abilities to evaluate. But machines are very objective. Is first about asking the right questions. And second, and this is critical, knowing when to stop asking questions, to stop analyzing data, and to have the courage to make your move. To have the courage to make your move. Calculation cannot replace strategy. So evaluation is more important than calculation. That's, as a professional player, I can guarantee. Also, I was very good in calculating. But at one point you have to stop and evaluate. It's coming. Human intuition still matters. That's what makes us unique. That's what separates winners and losers. To find new frontiers. To create something new. And to go beyond the known. To become explorers. This can mean innovating technologically, politically, socially, anything to inspire progress. People who will think big, think about the distant future. And then we'll see a new generation of explorers. Colombo, Magallanes. Because they had confidence, creativity, and let's be honest, profit motive. Not just idealistic heroes, profit motive. And they succeeded where others failed. So leadership is not about size of power. It's about vision, determination, and courage. And courage is the final ingredient in successful decision-making and successful innovation. We have mapped the world, yes. But with courage and will, you can create new worlds to explore. To lead is to decide.